Mia, long time no see. Lily, it's been a while. You're married. I had no idea. And it's been 5 years already. Oh, yes, that's right. Who told you? Yesterday I met Mary, who was in my class. I heard you got married. I was so shocked. I'm glad someone found you. I didn't know someone like you others don't. What? Did you call me all the way to tell me that? It's not like that. Why didn't you tell me? You didn't even invite me to your wedding. Isn't that a little cold? Because I haven't seen you at all since we graduated from college. Even in the college, we weren't that close. What? You're mean! I thought I was getting along with you. I even got your hand-me-downs. Hand-me-down? Do you mean taking over my boyfriend? What? I don't like the way you say that. You don't sound like a good listener. I guess it's the same no matter how you put it. I didn't do anything wrong, right? Because he said, Lily is more beautiful than me and came to me. It can't be helped, right? Didn't you know he was my boyfriend and asked him out? No. He came to me from the other side. But you know, I'm glad you broke up. He was that kind of a guy who will immediately run to another woman. That's true. But you broke up with him right away because he was a boring guy, right? You should be thankful to me. You didn't have to deal with that guy for so long. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and yet, you wouldn't invite me to your wedding, to whom you owe so much. Don't you think that nonsense? Even you got married, right? I heard you got married shortly after you graduated from college. Yes, you're right. I got married 2 years after I started working. I'm not cut out of working, so I wanted to leave the company early. I see, but I wasn't invited to the wedding too. And that's because my partner was quite rich. Well, being poor doesn't suit me. I see. That's why the invitation were for rich people only. If I invited you to the wedding, it would make me look bad. I don't want my friends to think that I have such a poor person in my life. That's why. But this is all for you, you know? Everyone brought a lot of congratulatory gifts. I just didn't invite you because I thought you couldn't afford it. This is another act of kindness. I see. I guess that means you care about me. That's obvious. So now you're married to this rich guy and you're doing it happily. But you know, we got divorced. Oh, is that so? He was stingy even though he was rich. If he has a salary with 20 million a year, I thought I could live a reasonable life. But when I bought a brand new item, he called it a waste of money and extravagant. He was always nagging me. And then he took away my credit card. He started to manage his salary by himself, and I have no more money at my disposal. Isn't that because you overdid it? No matter how good his salary is, if you spend it like that, anyone would do that. Don't you think so? No, it doesn't. That kind of thing is called being stingy. I couldn't do it, so I divorced him in the 3rd year. Okay, so you're single now. That's right. And my parents are very picky. They want me to work and get married and move out. Isn't that terrible? What? Are you sure you're not doing anything right now? Yeah, because I'm divorced and heartbroken. I can't work that soon. You said earlier that you got married the year after you graduated from college, right? Yeah. So what? And you got divorced in your 3rd year, which means you got divorced when you were 27, right? Oh yeah, you're good at understanding. Anyone can understand. That means it's 5 years ago. Oh, it's been that long already. Oh yes, by the way, I guess you got married the same year I got divorced. That's kind of sarcastic, isn't it? I didn't know that. It's none of my business. Besides, are you really that heartbroken? That's how deep the hurt is. But you broke up with him because he wouldn't let you spend money, right? Does that hurt you? Oh, of course! I thought I could spend the rest of my life spending with my husband's money. It didn't work out the way I wanted, you know? That means my dreams are dashed. That must be hurtful. I don't really understand the logic behind this. So, what did you want today? Was there something special? I heard you got married, so I thought I'd go over and congratulate you. You don't have to do that. Don't say like that. I'll eat your homemade meal. Make a good meal for me. What? Aren't you coming to celebrate? I am. And now you want me to cook for you. Isn't that a little strange? I'm going to your house for you, so it's natural. You don't have to force yourself to come. What's the matter with you? I told you I'd celebrate you. You should take people's kindness with an open heart. Well, maybe when I get a chance, I'll make opportunities. I'll be there soon, so look forward to it. Hey, Lily, when did you leave yesterday? You ate all over the place and didn't even clean up. Oh, Mia, thanks for the meal yesterday. What do you mean thanks for the food? You just burged in here without permission. How dare you burg in on me? You unlocked the door for me. You just burged in while I was out. No, I didn't. When I told your husband you and I went to the college together, he let me in. Even if that's the case, I can't believe you went up there when I wasn't there. Besides, how can I leave a mess like that in someone's house? And you left before I even knew you were there. I had to clean up after you because you made such a mess, you know? I mean, because I feel bad cleaning up someone's house without permission. No, I think make a mess like that is much more terrible. I was really surprised when I came home and saw you. I didn't expect you to come. I was surprised. The other day when I saw you entering the apartment, I was so shocked. I had no idea you live in such a rich apartment. Why didn't you tell me? It's not like I bothered to tell you. I had no idea you were such a celebrity. I guess it was worth it for me to come over to celebrate. Celebration? You didn't bring me anything. I said congratulations on your wedding as the first words out of my mouth. I went out of my way to congratulate you. There's no better way to celebrate. What's that? Don't you usually bring at least one souvenir? Don't compare me with those ordinary people. You came before noon and asked for caviar and foie gras. You asked for a wine, and eventually opened the refrigerator. Moreover, defrosted the steak with both and started grilling it on your own. I don't think that's normal. But your husband was happy. He said it was like a party. He likes festivals like that. That's why he spends so much money. That's fine. You're just like my ex-husband. People who say things like that make others embarrassed, you know? I feel sorry for your husband. You two had a lot of fun together, didn't you? I know, right? I think I get along with your husband. And he's quite handsome. Why did he marry you? He doesn't suit you at all. Did you get some kind of weakness of him? What do you mean by that? I don't have any deep meaning. I just thought he must be a real sucker to marry you. I thought that type of guy is ugly, but I'm so surprised. And you live such a celebrity life, even though you're Mia. What do you mean, even for me? With a face of yours, you must be worse off than me. It's not like I've been living with my appearance. Besides, I don't like it when you talk like that. It doesn't matter, we're friends. Just because we're friends doesn't mean you can say whatever you want. I am honest. That's my strong point. You haven't changed at all since we were in college. It's been 10 years since we graduated. My good looks haven't changed over the years. I'm talking about our personality. By the way, you're grown up now. You didn't look like the same age with me. Your husband also said that. He didn't know there was such a beautiful woman among the classmates. He's in a good shape. He's outgoing and always wants to make himself look big. You shouldn't take what he said too seriously. What? He only tells the truth. It's a decent fact that I look younger and more beautiful than you. He seems to be having a lot of fun with people as your sidekick. I get distracted so bad I didn't get any work done. Okay. I heard you work from home. Do you do some kind of side job? I heard you got the highest grade in your college. But when you got out in the world, you didn't get it. I used to work for a company, but I started my own business when I was 30. I started my own business when I was 30, blah blah blah. The truth is, you are living on your husband's back, aren't you? I just taking easy on him because he makes a lot of money. What are you talking about? You think you're beating me, don't you? I'm not competing with you. I don't think I won or lost at all. You are lying! Mia, you haven't been able to beat me at all since college except in studies. If I could beat you in studies, that's good enough for me, isn't it? College is where you go to study. You got your current husband to make me look up to you. Huh? You know, we haven't seen each other since we graduated from college. There's no way I will think like that every single time. You've been holding on to the fact that I took your boyfriend for so long. That's ridiculous. You're a figurehead. Think what you want already. You haven't listened to anyone for a long time. You wouldn't believe anything I say. But you know what? I'll be the last one to laugh. What do you mean the last one to laugh? I came up with a very good idea right now. Your good thinking is not a good thing. We are not a student anymore. We won't be so different. You can do whatever you want. I will. After all, people have to live honestly. Don't you agree? I'll tell you if everything goes well. You don't have to report back to me. Well, don't say that. Just look forward to it. Mia, I have something to tell you, and it's a good news. You really contacted me. I told you you don't have to. Of course I did. We promised. I didn't mean to promise you anything in particular. Oh well, I'm sorry I haven't been able to visit you for a while. When you came out of the blue 3 months ago, you made a mess. You left without cleaning up any of the mess. Be honest, it was nothing but a nonsense. Oh, Mia, why are you talking so cold to me? I'm just telling you the truth. It's not a good idea to get involved with you. You're even more powerful than you were in college. I really don't want to get involved with you. But I guess that's not going to happen. What do you mean? Again, I got your guy. What? Well, I guess that just means I'm attractive. What on earth are you talking about? I'm talking about your husband, Dylan, of course. Or are you with another man, Mia? Of course not. I know, right? Not many people like you. Dylan also thinks I'm beautiful than you. Are you saying that you had an affair with my husband? Not cheating, but serious. Being in love with someone's husband isn't serious. It can't be helped. We fell in love at first sight. What nonsense are you talking? Because a man with high income doesn't suit you. Not celebrity life is mine. I don't understand what you're saying at all. Celebrity life. You're blurting it out again. A man with a high income is sexy and attractive. Your husband who makes salary 60 million a year is mine, so divorce him. You're talking about my income, right? Huh? Of course it's not your income. It's Dylan's income. Because Dylan says so. Oh, he's telling such a lie again. What's a lie? I told you, he wants to make himself look big. I told you not to trust him. And yet, you were so fooled. What do you mean? Then how much is Dylan's annual income actually? About half? 30 million? No way. 2 million maybe. Huh? His company's performance has been slumping lately. His salary is going down. What? 2 million? That means he makes less than... Excuse me, $200 a month? But why is he living like that? I told you, that's my income. What do you do? I'm a web designer. I work for advertising agency and big companies. Right now, I've set up an online group with a few other people. We work together, so we get some pretty big assignment. And you make that much money, thanks to you. Well, I guess I got lucky. The president of the big company happened to like my design, and he used it. That's when I started getting a lot of work. So, Dylan is really... Yeah, the company is in such a state. I was in trouble because he was spending money without worries. Are you serious? I don't blame him for the company's condition, but he never changes his attitude towards life, and he never gets out of his vain habits. I was actually thinking of getting a divorce. What? But he insisted that he would never divorce me. So I went to see a meditator, but a meditator didn't think that just because my husband's salary is low, the meditator wouldn't accept that as grounds for divorce. I was in trouble. Is that so? Even if we go to meditation, he works decent. He's not verbally abusive. The meditator said, it will conclude like we should be helping each other out more as a couple. Or I'm not cooperating enough. That's not convincing. So, what do you want to say? That means thanks to you, we now have grounds for divorce. Huh? Because it's adultery, cheating. There's no such a fine reason, right? They say that divorce is granted almost 100% in the case of cheating. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you, Mia. No way. You're a good friend to have. I never thought of you as a friend before, but thank you for this one time. Just this once. You gotta be kidding. Thank you for taking on my husband. You're right, I'll divorce him right now. You can come and pick him up anytime. Let me ask you something. Anything you want. Whose is the tower house? That's obvious. It's mine. I know, right? But since you're a couple, Dina has a right to, right? If we sell it, it'll be worth a lot of money, right? What are you talking about? He doesn't have any rights. Why not? It's joint property of the couple, right? I'm sorry. I bought this apartment with the inheritance my father left me. Dila has no rights at all. Of course it's in my name. Did your father have that much money? You didn't talk about that in college. Of course I wouldn't tell you that. We don't usually talk about our parents' inheritance. I already told my parents I'm going to marry with a rich guy and move out. Oh, I see. The guy I married isn't rich, but why don't you just marry him and not worry about it? Likely, we can join the registry right after a divorce, so there's no problem. Good for you. You got your way. I don't want to. I don't want that poor man. I don't need another divorce. I'm giving back to you. Well, I don't want him either. Oh, and just so you know, he's a very dependent man. If I leave him, I'm sure he'll never leave you. What? You should be good friends with him at best. I told you I don't want to. Dylan said he makes a salary of 60 million a year, so I took out a lot of loans to buy things. How am I supposed to pay for that? Can you pay with less than $200,000 a month? I don't know about that. It's none of my business. You should get a job, Lily. You must have heard enough from your previous divorce to seduce other people's husbands, right? There's no way those scars will remain forever. Is that so? It's been 5 years and you still look like you haven't healed. Anyways, if you're making such a money, why don't you lend me some money? I mean, you're my friend, so you can share a little. Huh? What kind of idea is that? I wouldn't lend you that kind of money. I mean, of course you know that. I'm going to charge alimony both of you. What? Because you're cheating on me. You have to pay me alimony. What a pity. I'm divorced and you're paying me money too. That's my friend. That's terrible! Taking money from me? That's not a friend! You're right. I don't consider you a friend either. I never have been. I never will be. And I never want anything to do with you anymore. I'll go through my lawyer for alimony too. Don't say that! I don't want Dylan anymore. I don't want to pay alimony either. Just give me the money! Don't be silly. How long are you going to keep saying such convenient things? We're 32 years old too. I don't care how old we are. I'm sorry for what we've been through. Let's be friends from now on. No thanks. I'm not going to have anything to do with someone who lives out as soon as she finds out how much money I have. I don't want anything to do with you. You should at least take responsibility for your own actions. Just be friends from now on. Mia, please! Give me assistance! The divorce was successfully finalized after the affair was proven, and the ex-husband was asked to leave. When Laili found out that had happened, her parents lost patience and were furious. She was kicked out of her parents' house, and she was crying to her lawyer to ask for a reduction of alimony. She was crying to her lawyer for a reduction in alimony, but of course he refused. Now she lives with her ex-husband in a cheap apartment with no sunlight. She works part-time from morning to night to pay her debts. They seem to be constantly fighting about money. My ex-husband was contacting me repeatedly about getting back together. I asked her to contact a lawyer to file a nonsense lawsuit against him because he was interfering with her work. I finally got him to quiet down, and now I can concentrate on my work. Thanks to them, my income is going to increase again. I plan to work even harder in the future.
Why haven't you sent me the monthly allowance for this month? Do you even realize how many days late you are? What a stingy scoundrel!
Didn't I give the money to Hank for him to give it to you? Why are you demanding it from me now? Have you already spent that amount?
Don't you dare lie. I haven't received a single penny yet. Are you really saying that you gave it to Hank? Is there any truth to your words?
Why would I lie to you? Hank said he would give that money to you. Could it be that he has already spent it?
You fool! Hank is struggling financially. Giving him the money is no different than letting him spend it away. Your unemployed husband has become a freeloader now.
What are you talking about? Hank has been unemployed since when? Why wasn't I informed about this? This doesn't make any sense at all.
You heartless and despicable woman. Your husband got fired and you didn't even know. Are you even taking care of my son anymore?
Are you just trying to deceive me? If he got fired, then why does Hank still go out every morning? Could it be that he's just putting on an act?
Just go ahead and ask your husband. Why would I lie to you, right? Your job now is to send me the money. Don't drag it out any longer, okay?
I already asked Hank to give it to you. It's always been that way. Perhaps you should ask him where that money went. Furthermore, this will be the last time I send you any money. From now on, I won't be paying any of your bills anymore.
You're such an ungrateful little brat. If it weren't for me, your husband wouldn't even exist. How can you just lack off your own responsibilities like that? Are you trying to make this old lady suffer and kick the bucket in poverty or what?
Spare me the theatrics. You're asking for way too much, seriously. Both Hank and I already fork out a big chunk of money for you every month. We also need to save up for ourselves, you know? We've done our best to get you a house, right? And you still have that orchard to get fruits from, don't you? Are you seriously gonna go hungry if we stop supporting you? I doubt it.
You disrespectful woman! How dare you behave so rudely towards your mother-in-law? I've put in so much effort to raise Hank into the person he is today. Without me, would you even have a husband? Don't you dare try to stir up trouble with me.
Do you think I would be lonely for the rest of my life without Hank? The amount of money I provide for you is enough for your food, clothing, and expenses for several months. Don't think I don't know that you've been gambling it away. Don't you feel any shame?
You really are despicable. Who gave you permission to spy on me? I only gamble for entertainment purposes. Don't you see how lonely I am? You should feel grateful to me instead of snarking at me like this. I've sacrificed my whole life to raise your husband. The money you send me doesn't even make a dent.
You're seriously so greedy, you know? I got you a house and an orchard. Isn't that enough? Do you think I'm your lifelong ATM or what? It's just plain ridiculous. You better remember that it's all thanks to me that both Hank and you can live all fancy and comfortable. I don't owe you anything either.
How could you be so heartless? I see. You're looking down on me and my child, huh? You and your family always belittle Hank because he doesn't have a father and comes from a poor background, right? I was so foolish to agree to your marriage with Hank. I should have chosen a kind and caring girl for him. That would have been the right thing to do. Oh my goodness! Why do I have to go through all of this suffering?
Please stop making up stories. My family and I have never shown any disrespect or belittlement towards Hank. We got together because of love. Your son was the one who pleaded with me not to leave him. I chose him because I was moved by Hank's truthfulness. Back then, you were even thanking and welcomed me with open arms, remember? Why are you suddenly changing your tune like this?
It's my fault for believing you were a good person, and I deeply regret it. You were pretending to be a dutiful daughter-in-law, and everyone praised me for being lucky to have you. But the reality is always cruel. You're nothing but a sneaky, two-faced snake. Seriously, you're like a total devil, I swear. This time, I will definitely make you kneel down and beg for my forgiveness.
Don't even dream about it, Lotus. I don't have any obligation to follow your will. I've been kind enough to you, but you've shown me that it was a mistake. So from now on, I won't let you interfere or pressure my life anymore.
I could totally make Hank ditch you and marry someone else with just a few words. Easy peasy. My son always listens and does whatever I say without any hesitation or doubt.
If you're cool with wrecking your son's happiness, go for it. Let's see if you've got the guts to be that mean. Quit playing the evil witch and start being a good mom instead.
Don't even dare challenge me. I'll make sure both Hank and your family see your true colors. You're just a phony. You're truly a despicable person. You know that?
Hey, it's your call, Lotus. You're seriously draining everyone's energy. Maybe take a moment to reflect on yourself, you know? I haven't done anything wrong at all. And just so you know, I'm not scared of your threats. Why didn't you tell me that you quit your job? When did that happen?
So, you know everything, huh? Did Mom fill you in? Please give me a minute to explain myself.
Yeah, Mom spilled the beans about you being jobless for months. Why did you keep it a secret from me? And to make things worse, you acted all diligent, going to work every morning and tricking me.
My bad, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to stress out, so I kept it under wraps. Don't worry though, I'm hustling to find a job. It sucks that you've been handling all the expenses in this place, and I feel super guilty about it.
Hey, can you just be honest with me? I'm not trying to point fingers or anything, alright? Now, tell me, what happened to the money I gave you to support Lotus? She's been constantly nagging me, accusing me of hiding that cash.
Oh, by the way, I actually invested that money with a friend. I totally forgot to fill you and Mom in on that. Don't sweat it though. I'll talk to Mom and make sure she gets the whole picture. No need to worry.
Wait, hold up. You invested it with someone? Invested in what, though? Are you seriously sure your friend can be trusted? Haven't you learned from getting scammed before? How can you just trust someone like that so easily?
I'm telling you, this time I won't fall for any scams. I teamed up with a solid friend who's got my back. If our investment pays off, we'll split the profits. I've got a good feeling about this one. I'm gonna make some serious cash, you'll see.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, how did you fall for that? You're not exactly a business expert, are you? Didn't you learn from being scammed before? Those promises are sketchy at best. Next time, you should totally talk to me before diving into stuff like this.
Are you seriously dissing your hubby, Olivia? No matter what I do, you think it's all messed up and pointless. Am I just a freeloader in your eyes? Because you're all talented and born with a silver spoon, while I'm just a regular dude. Am I right?
Come on, Hank. If I thought low of you, I wouldn't have tied the knot with you. Quit jumping to conclusions, seriously. Do you even realize the epic scolding I got from your mom because of your sneaky money investment? She's even thinking of finding you a new wife. Can you believe it?
Wait, is that seriously for real? Why would mom act like that? She said she'd respect you. Did you do something to tick her off or what?
I swear, I didn't do anything to your mom. She's constantly nagging about money and even throwing insults my way. I told her to take it up with you about that cat, but she just wanted to argue with me. I'm clueless about what I did wrong, honestly.
I'll explain this to my mom. Don't worry anymore. If I make a profit from this investment soon, we'll have a blast and enjoy life to the fullest.
I seriously hope things don't go downhill again. You've stressed me out countless times. Time to step up and start living responsibly, Hank.
Olivia, you wretched dog! I knew right away that you're a promiscuous woman. It's truly pitiful for my son to have you as his wife.
What's your deal now? Didn't Hank already break down the whole money thing for you? Are you itching for a fight with me or what?
I ain't some bored soul looking to stir up trouble with you. I've caught onto your dirty deeds, alright? Don't even dream of slipping away from me this time.
I have no clue what you're on about. I've never done anything shady, okay? Just quit bugging me already.
Are you seriously trying to dodge your guilt? No chance I'll let you get away with your shady plans. You're a filthy woman. You totally embarrassed me.
What are you hinting at? Quit beating around the bush. I ain't got time for your foolishness.
What's the hurry, huh? You're such a repulsive woman. You went and betrayed my son. It's a shame how Hank always trusted and loved you. He even had the guts to argue with me to back you up. Oh man, oh my goodness. My poor, helpless son.
What are you even talking about? Are you out of your mind? When did I ever betray Hank? This is totally ridiculous.
I know you tried to deny it. That's why I've got everything ready to expose your shady business. Did you fool around with your coworker, huh? I saw you both hopping into a car together with my own 2 eyes. Gotta admit, you looked pretty darn cheerful.
Oh no, you're totally clueless. Me and him, we're just coworkers, nothing else. He's actually my boss. We were just heading out to meet a client and talk about an upcoming project. You've got the whole thing twisted, seriously.
You're quite the actress, huh? How could it be misunderstanding when things are crystal clear right in front of you? Why didn't you go with any other woman, but instead chose to go out with a man? You're simply filthy.
Oh my god, you're seriously out of your mind. Who cares if my boss is a guy? Just because I collaborate with men on business, does that automatically mean I'm having an affair with all of them?
You really think I'd buy that? Are you trying to pull a fast one on me? Treating me like a naive idiot? I ain't some clueless person, Olivia.
I already told you what's up. If you don't trust me, I don't know what else to say. I'm swamped with work, Lotus. I can't waste time arguing with you.
Now you're so scared that you decided to back down, right? I totally caught you in the act. No question about it. Your denial won't get you anywhere. I'm gonna swing by your workplace and expose your true colors to everyone. Let's see if you've got the nerve to face anyone after that.
That's really laughable, Lotus. If you're so capable, why don't you come and cause trouble at my company? Just remember, if I end up unemployed, I won't have any money to support your nonsense. And hey, if I get embarrassed, your son will definitely feel the humiliation too.
Don't you dare threaten me. Even without you, my son will still provide financial support for me. He's involved in business investments, you know? So, I won't hesitate to do whatever it takes to make you lose everything. If Hank finds out the truth about you two timing him, he'll surely be devastated and he'll dump you in no time.
I ain't cheating, so I ain't scared one bit. Go ahead and try to mess with me. You'll be the one looking foolish. You've been depending on me, and yet you have the guts to feel proud? How's your son's investment going? Guess what? I just found out he got ripped off that cash. So you can keep living in your fantasy world, but trust me one thing. You're not gonna get a single penny from your son.
No need to try and fool me. I'm well aware that you've always had a condescending attitude towards me and my family. So, you got that promotion because of your little fling with the boss, huh? You're just a sly woman, not actually skilled at anything. Your only talent seems to be seducing men, nothing more.
Have you lost your sanity? You're overanalyzing everything way too much. You don't have any evidence to prove that I'm cheating. What you saw is just normal interactions between colleagues. Nothing more, nothing less.
Come on! Why are you still trying to deny it? The evidence is clear. You refuse to have a child with Hank. It's been years since you got married, but you keep avoiding getting pregnant. I've reminded Hank countless times, but he always took your side instead. Now I understand. You don't truly love my son. You're just pretending.
You're absolutely crazy! It was Hank himself who told me that he doesn't like kids because they're so bothersome. Besides, do you really think with your son's indifferent attitude towards life, he would be responsible for children? You should take a good look at your own son before criticizing me.
Don't try to put the blame on my son, Olivia. I've dealt with people as rude as you before. I know the drill. I'll make sure to expose this and make you so embarrassed that you won't be able to look anyone in the eye.
I'll just kick back and see what you got up your sleeve. Go ahead and play your little games. I'm always ready to face you.
You heartless woman! How dare you deceive me? My mother has already told me the whole truth. How long have you been cheating on me with that jerk?
What's gotten into you, Hank? Why would you believe Lotus's words? Don't you know your own mother's character? She's just trying to get back at me for not sending her the money she requested.
You know what? My mom has actually seen you getting into the car with that guy multiple times. If there's no fire, how can there be smoke? And also, I've been hearing the neighbors talk about seeing you coming and going at weird hours when I wasn't around. So, spill the beans real quick. How long have you two been messing around?
I'm completely innocent, Hank. If I wanted to cheat on you, I wouldn't be so careless like that. Why don't you try figuring things out instead of flipping out on me? And by the way, I haven't even asked you about that whole investment scam thing.
How do you know about that, huh? I'm just dealing with a little trouble, that's all. Don't try to deliberately shift the focus to something else.
You don't need to make excuses anymore. I know very well that your investment won't yield any results. Your friends are just a bunch of scammers, plain and simple. They can never engage in honest business. I've warned you many times, but you still recklessly associate with them.
Hey, you terrible woman! You can't just diss my friends like that. What do you even know about business, huh? Right now, you need to be real with me. Why did you cheat? Is it because I didn't love you enough or something?
I'm not cheating on you. How many times do I have to repeat myself? I've been honest already. If you insist on believing your mother so blindly, then I have nothing else to explain. I'm exhausted with this hopeless marriage. Maybe we should just stop here.
I won't allow you to leave me, Olivia. Are you trying to break up so you can be with your lover? I won't let you have your way. You have to stay here and bear my child. If you don't, I'll break your legs.
There's no way I would let my child have an incompetent and useless father like you. I will definitely file for divorce unilaterally. I can't live with a weak and pathetic man like you. If you're so capable, then go ahead and kill me.
Don't you dare challenge me, Olivia. I won't let you step foot outside of this house. I will make sure you regret the things you have done.
If you dare to harm me, I will definitely report it to the police. Don't be foolish enough to mess with me unless you want to end up in jail. I'm not threatening you.
Let me see if you can actually report me to the police. When that time comes, don't beg me to spare you.
You're a wicked person, Lotus. I never expected you to come up with such malicious and disgusting schemes.
You sly snake! You ditched your own family for some other dude, and now you have the audacity to diss your mother-in-law? Guess what? I've already set Hang up with a new wife. They're getting hitched real soon.
Marriage, huh? Don't even dream about it. I won't let two despicable people like you and your son have peace. You will pay the price for the things you've caused.
Aren't you ashamed, Olivia? You abandoned your family for another man and now you're accusing me of being wicked. In the end, who is actually more terrible? You or me? You unfaithful woman!
You're the one who made Hank pick me out, huh? And now you're acting all innocent. I know you're just trying to take over my house. Why are you in such a dire need for money? Did you gamble away your money again?
You know what? Your actions don't even bother you. You're just a random stranger in this house. We have zero connection. For your information, this place is registered under my name, and I've got all the documents to prove it. Obviously, it's mine.
You're truly foolish. Are you sure you're actually holding on to those documents?
Obviously, they're locked up in my safe. Don't even try to mess with me. I'm the champ now. Haha.
Are you sure? Those documents aren't real, you know. Maybe it's about time that I let you in on the truth, huh?
What do you mean? Why would those documents be fake? That's absurd.
You're truly pitiful, Lotus. You have no idea that I gave you a stack of fake documents, right? The real ones are in my hands. This house is actually under my name.
You despicable creature! How dare you deceive me like that? You're a real coward for bullying an old woman like me. I will make sure Hank break your legs. He'll give you a good beating.
Keep threatening me if you want. Soon enough, both you and your son will end up in jail. Oh, by the way, Hank isn't even your son, is he?
What nonsense are you talking about? Who gave you the right to make up stories about me and my family? You cunning woman?
Oh, you really thought you could keep that secret hidden from me forever, huh? Well, surprise, surprise! I've uncovered the dark and disturbing truth about your past. Gotta hand it to you. Your little performance is quite something. But guess what? The truth always has a way of revealing itself. And I've got all the juicy details now.
That's utter nonsense. I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop trying to disrupt the lives of me and my family. Let me make something crystal clear to you. Women like you, who thrive on playing manipulative games, are not even so close to being deserving of my amazing son. So save your tricks for someone else because we're done with your antics. It's time to move on and leave us be. We've got better things to focus on than dealing with your unnecessary drama.
If you insist on denying it, why not let me go straight to the truth then, huh? Did you bring Hank home from the orphanage, Mia? If I'm not mistaken, your name used to be Mia, right?
Are you crazy? I don't understand anything. Who is Mia? Why are you involving a stranger into this family matter?
Come on, Mia. I know all about you now. You used to be involved in illegal drug trafficking, right? After getting out of prison, you returned to your hometown and adopted a child from an orphanage. And that child is Hank.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? How on earth did you come up with such a storyline? You should be a scriptwriter, really. How can you even imagine that I, a virtuous woman, could have been a criminal? Don't fabricate things about me.
Wow, you've got some serious acting chops, I must say. I really thought you had turned over a new leaf. But turns out, you've been playing the role of a drug dealer in secret all these years. Gotta hand it to you. You've been pretty darn good at hiding it. Poor Hank, though. He's been nothing more than a front, fooling everyone into thinking you're this loving and caring person. That's a real shame.
This nonsense can't be true, Olivia. You're falsely accusing me. I will sue you for defamation. You'll be put behind bars sooner than you think.
Oh, really? I've hired a private investigator to look into your past. And guess what? I've got all the evidence of your sneaky deeds, and I've handed it over to the cops. They're even keeping an eye on you, you know? So maybe it's time for you to start packing your bags and planning your great escape.
Oh, come on. You're making things up. I'm completely innocent, I swear. I haven't done anything wrong, not even close to being a criminal. I'm just a regular mom trying to make ends meet in a humble countryside setting.
Well, Lotus, it looks like we've reached the end of the road. Time to mentally gear up and get ready to face the consequences of your actions.
No way. Never gonna happen. I'm getting out of here. There's no way I'm going to prison. It's all on you, you rotten scum. I'll make sure Hank takes you down.
Hank, you better prepare yourself mentally. I'm going to make sure you enjoy your life behind bars.
What in the world is this? How are you able to message me? Aren't you supposed to be engulfed in flames?
Well, I was about to be dead, Hank, but unfortunately for you, I miraculously survived. And I'm gonna make you pay a heavy price.
No, this isn't you. Clearly, I've taken you far away from this city. That abandoned house is empty. I've been very careful.
You murderer! How could you heartlessly drug me and throw me into that abandoned house? You even locked the door and left me starving for 3 days. But I never expected you to be so wicked as to set fire to that house. Trying to kill me? You truly are cold-blooded.
Wait, how the heck did you get out? You were supposed to be toast. I can't believe I went through all that trouble for nothing.
You heartless scumbag! Why don't you show any remorse? I feel so stupid for being by your side all these years. I should have left you a long time ago.
Do you think you can escape my grasp? If you dare to ask for a divorce, I will definitely end your life. If you refuse to obediently be my wife, I will make sure you remain silent forever.
Just you wait. It won't be for long. You won't have any power to hurt me anymore. I'm taking back my freedom and my life.
No way I'm divorcing you. Forget about marrying that guy in your dreams. I'll take both of you out. Let's see if you'll ever have the guts to cheat on me with someone else. Don't even think about testing me.
Hey, Hank, you're really backed into a corner now. I've already snitched on you to the cops, and trust me, they're closing in on you fast. Get ready to enjoy those prison meals alongside your lovely, wicked mother. It's gonna be a family affair.
Come on, Olivia. I ain't scared at all. I'll track you down before the cops track me down. And seriously, why on earth did you have to drag my mom into this mess?
Perhaps you don't know that your mother has already been arrested by the police, huh? It's really pitiful that you're completely clueless about the truth of your own background and the person whom you've been considering mom this whole time.
What's that supposed to mean, huh? Are you trying to disrespect me and my mama? Don't even think about talking trash about my mom.
You blind fool. Don't you know? You're not Lotus's biological child. She brought you from an orphanage in a rural area. You're just a shield for her sins.
Sins? What are you talking about? My mother is a virtuous woman, Olivia. She has never harmed anyone. Don't you dare falsely accuse my mother.
I don't have time to falsely accuse your mother. Lotus was involved in illegal drug trafficking. Everyone thought she had reformed, but it turns out she was still operating undercover, committing crimes for years. Taking you as her child was just a perfect disguise. Your kind-hearted mother was nothing but a facade all along.
That can't be true. It's absurd. Why should I believe you? Are you just playing tricks to seek revenge on me?
If you don't believe me, go get a DNA test done yourself. You can even ask her directly. Perhaps by now, the police have already paid her a visit. You should go see your mother before they catch you.
No, I am her biological child. If I were an adopted child, why would she care for and love me? This is not the truth. I will hunt you down and make you pay for what you did to my mom, Olivia. Don't think you can escape from me again.
Oh, look. Who's still trying to intimidate me? Guess what? Your days of causing me trouble are numbered. You're nothing but a murderer. Get ready to chow down on prison food for your crimes.
Even if I end up in prison, don't think you'll find peace. Once I'm out, I'll come after you again. Don't celebrate too soon.
You'll have to spend the rest of your life in hell, Hank. Prepare yourself to face life behind bars. Wicked people like you won't receive any mercy.
You just wait and see. I will definitely come back. I'm gonna make you pay a heavy price. Do you hear me, Olivia?
After everything was brought to light, everyone was shocked by the crimes of Hank and Lotus. I ended the horrific marriage with Hank, and he had to face imprisonment for intentional murder. He begged to see me, but I sternly refused to meet that vile person. Lotus also ended up in prison for her involvement in drug trafficking. She deeply regretted not stopping Hank from committing his crimes. Shortly after, I reclaimed my house and moved to a different city to start afresh. I gradually healed from my emotional wounds and found more happiness in life. I worked diligently and achieved a higher income. I spent time enjoying life to the fullest. Not long after, I met a kind and generous man. We officially started dating.
I can't live with you being depressed. I'm not coming back, so please sign the divorce papers.
But how dare you leaving me so suddenly? What are you thinking?
You're fired. I don't need you anymore.
I'm sorry for being sick, but it's too sudden.
You were spoiled. It's just a clinical depression. It's not even a reason you can't continue working.
It's not an easy problem.
I can't live with an unemployed sick husband. I really hope to move on right now.
You're kidding me, right?
You are just a guy acting like the heroine of the tragedy. That's gross.
Stop kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding.
I'm going back to work as soon as possible for my family. Evan is only 3 years old, so it won't take so long.
But you haven't decided when you're going back to work, right? Then I can't trust you.
So, what about Evan? If we get divorced, the biggest victim will be our kid.
So what?
Can we discuss about what to do with him? Our sudden decision makes him just sad.
If you insist, then I don't want him either, so you can take care of him.
Are you crazy? He is our child.
If I want to remarry in the future, an existing child will be a disadvantage. Don't you understand? That's why I can't take him in charge. Please take care of him instead.
A mother is not supposed to say such things.
He's not even old enough to remember who I am. And in a few days, he'll forget all about me.
Sorry?
You don't even understand whose fault it is that you're in this mess in the first place, you know?
So, you mean it's all my fault?
So?
It doesn't make sense to me.
A victim, although you cheated me? I'm a victim.
No, I didn't cheat you.
I heard you were the son of a landowner. So I asked my friend to introduce me to him, and then we got married. I can't believe that it turned out you makes only $60,000 a year and has a low income. You cheated me.
What are you talking about?
After we got married, you told me that you have an older brother, and you told me he will inherit. That's not what I expected.
Hey, I don't think we talked about my family's property before we got married.
I heard it from my friend. There's a guy whose parents are landowners.
What? So you got married to me for the property, you mean?
What else could be the reason? Marrying to a low-income game creator for nothing? Who would do that?
How dare you?
I expected the income would be at least $15,000 a year. At least $15,000 a year in total of the rent and your salary. But apparently, I drew the short end of the stick.
That's an assumption you made on your own, right?
Your parents are successful in the real estate business and own 50 buildings. That's what I heard. I couldn't help believing it.
I didn't tell you anything about my parents' real estate business either, did I? It was your mistake to believe the rumor.
It's your fault. You didn't even talk about it.
I left the family business to my brother because I wanted to focus on my work. So I haven't been involved in the property at all.
If I knew that, I wouldn't have married to a creepy nerd like you.
What did you say?
If you have no property, you're nothing but trash.
Can you stop saying like that? I have too much on my mind and can't stand your words right now.
I see. Then,
Can't we at least talk about Evan? We can't make him feel sad.
then why don't you do your best not to make him sad?
Can't you imagine how painful for him it would be if his mother suddenly disappeared?
That's none of my business. I'm going to get a boyfriend. And enjoy my second life.
Oh no.
Well then, let me know when you finish the paperwork for divorce. Bye then.
My name is Mike, and I am a company employee in California, and I will be 35 years old this year. My parents were famous landowners, but my brother was planning to take over the family business. I was free to choose my profession, so I went into the game industry, which I had longed to do. I was enjoying my work every day, but I had a hard time doing hard work. I was recently diagnosed with depression and am currently on leave. I met Georgia, who is 6 years younger than me. We met through a mutual friend. She apparently liked me and we started dating. We have opposite personalities. I am an introverted person, and I was attracted to her outgoing personality. I gradually became to consider a marriage, and 5 years ago, I proposed to her. And we ended up getting married. And we had a child. I thought we would have a bright future ahead of us. However, in addition to my own illness, Georgia asked me for getting divorced. I felt like I have been plunged into unhappiness all at once. Also, Georgia did not seem to take it seriously about Evan at all. My affection for her had totally gone. After these text messages, I decided to get a divorce. I had set up a lawyer and it was in process. I was shocked to figure out the truth by text messages from her.
You should divorce me as soon as possible. Why is it taking so long?
It's still taking me a while to draw up the paperwork related to custody. Just give me a little more time.
I went all the way to the courthouse yesterday. You still haven't finished?
We have to get all things done in order, not to have any problems later.
I told you Evan will live with you, and I won't even see him in the future. So we don't need paperwork.
A verbal agreement has no legal effect, so you need to put it in writing.
What a hassle. Can you think about me other than yourself?
That's my line. All this divorce talk is making my insomnia worse, and the hospital says I need to rest.
I don't care. I'm about to get remarried.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm getting remarried to a rich man.
Sorry?
Have you ever heard of Granwell Foods?
It's a frozen food company, right? You see them on commercials sometimes.
I'm getting remarried to the president, so will you break up with me quickly?
So, you mean you cheated on me?
What?
On the family register. You are not allowed to date while we are married.
You don't know anything.
What do you mean?
If the divorce was for cheating, you could get compensation, but not in this case, right?
But if you're cheating on me during our marriage, I can demand compensation, right?
No way!
What?
If the relationship is actually broken, it's legally safe to have an affair during that time.
Huh?
I met him after I left home.
You mean... You're saying that you met him when your divorce was not decided? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. At that point, it was difficult to repair a relationship. It's legally impossible to get compensation for cheating.
No kidding.
If you think I'm lying, why don't you ask a lawyer?
I just got off the phone with one.
How did it go?
In this case, it might be tough to get compensation on the grounds of cheating.
I knew it.
It doesn't make sense.
It's all your fault. You pretended a rich man actually with a low income, and you're on a leave of absence due to depression? No wonder I left you.
Okay, I'm getting a divorce as soon as I can. I can't take this anymore.
Just get it over with. It's been a while since we talked last time. Guess where I am?
We got divorced 6 months ago. What do you want now?
No worries, it's just a quick update.
No need for that.
That's cold. I thought I'd share my happiness with you so you'd get better.
It's only going to get worse.
You're exaggerating.
I don't care where you are. Just stay away from me and Evan.
There's no way I can get close to you. I'm in Europe now.
You're not in California?
I moved to Europe right after I remarried because of my husband's job.
So that means it's been about 6 months since you immigrated?
I hear everything is fashionable and my husband makes a lot of money. I'm really happy.
That's great. Can I go now? I'm busy.
You're unemployed, so don't pretend you're busy.
No, I'm not.
I know you're disappointed that I'm happy.
Not at all.
You are kidding.
I mean, are you okay?
What?
You haven't seen the breaking news?
I don't watch TV. It's not in English.
I saw this on TV. Your husband is getting arrested for tax evasion.
What? What's this article?
It just came out a few minutes ago. I don't know the details, but... Where are you?
I'm at home. My husband went to work this morning.
If that's the case, he was at work when the police arrested him.
I don't know anything about tax evasion.
Oh, there's another bulletin.
What is it this time?
Illegal immigration. Your husband. It's a preliminary report that he didn't apply for a work visa.
Work visa? Is it bad if he doesn't have one?
Working abroad without a work visa is not permitted.
You are joking.
Applying for a work visa is a lot of work, so maybe he just faked it. Is your visa okay? If you're on a tourist visa, you'll have to check a lot of things. You might be in the country illegally.
Is a tourist visa also a problem? I don't work here though.
A tourist visa is only good for a short period of time, so if you've been there for 6 months, it's possible you're overdue.
I have no idea. He arranged everything.
The maximum stay for a tourist visa is 180 days. I hope your visa is okay.
If I'm here illegally too, will I be arrested?
If you are there illegally, you'll be deported back to the US. I hear you can be deported and banned from Japan for a few years.
Well, if that's all it takes.
But your husband will be arrested as soon as he gets back.
Why?
Like I said before, your husband is a tax evasion suspect.
He should just pay that when he gets back to Japan, right?
The total amount of tax evasion is $4 million.
Are you serious?
He's been dodging taxes for a long time. He can't just make a quick payment or anything, can he?
I'm getting a headache.
I guess he fled overseas because he didn't want to get caught for tax evasion. He didn't think he'd be caught for illegal immigration. Your husband is pretty stupid too.
What about me?
You'd be blameless if you weren't involved in tax evasion. Your luxury life is over. I'm so sorry.
I don't get it.
You've been punished for the mess you made of me and Evan.
You don't deserve saying such things.
I'm not unemployed anymore, okay?
You got your job back. You still make $60,000 a year, right? Don't be so arrogant with your low income.
I make $800,000 a year.
What?
I'm living a relatively good life now, and Evan and I are happy together.
What's going on? I don't understand how you can make that kind of income in 6 months.
I inherited a part of my dad's property.
I thought your brother was the heir.
He just left the management to my brother. There were actually about 10 buildings under my name.
Huh?
But I wanted to concentrate on my job. I asked my brother to take care of them for me.
What did you do with the rental income?
I gave most of the rent money to my brother for keeping management.
You mean the rest came in?
No, I spent it for nurturing care of my parents.
Oh my!
I thought you aren't a gold digger, so I didn't tell you about it. I was lucky. Take off your mask.
It was the wrong decision. Asking your brother to return the apartment?
I thought it was too much for him to ask me to give it back all after this time. Maybe I was kind of selfish. But when I thought about Evan, I didn't have time to hesitate.
I didn't even imagine what happened to you.
I'm my father's son too. Of course it could happen.
I wouldn't have divorced if it was like this.
Because you only care about money. But I'm glad we're divorced.
It was my fault.
What? You are too late.
For our son, will you become my husband again?
Are you serious?
I'm his mother. I'm sure he'd be happy to live with me too.
I'm sorry. I don't think he remembers much about you.
Oh my god!
I just showed him a picture of you. He said, "Who are you?"
You're kidding!
If he hasn't seen you for 6 months, he'll forget.
Maybe he'll remember once we start living together.
I don't want to live with you.
Living together.
I don't want to live with you, and neither does Evan.
Then I'll take custody. I'll become a single mother and raise my son.
I thought I hadn't heard from you in a while. I thought it's been a while since I got a message from you, but you didn't ask me anything about Evan and instead bragged about how rich you are. You don't deserve being his mother.
I'm his mother. There's nothing strange about claiming custody.
You're under a lot of pressure. And in a lot of trouble, so if you claim custody, you're only going to make him unhappy.
As long as I get child support, I can at least raise my child.
You were interested only in money.
It is legal to request child support as a custodial parent. And besides, you have income from rent, and because you're back to work, you have money coming in, don't you? I'll take care of our kid. You'll pay me $3,000 a month.
I submitted my resignation to my company last month.
You quit? You quit?
I couldn't put myself first to continue my favorite job ignoring Evan. I can't make him sad.
Don't talk to me like I'm making him sad.
You made him sad enough. After our divorce, he cried at night so bad. I went to see a doctor with him. And they diagnosed he was stressed too much.
Oh.
Because of your selfishness, Evan went through a lot of pain. And yet you want to take care of him? No kidding.
Hey, listen.
And even worse, you want me to pay child support because you're going single? I can't give custody to someone like that.
But I'm still his mother. I read on the internet that it's legal to claim custody after the fact. So there should be no problem.
What about you? You were officially relinquished your parental rights at the courthouse.
So what?
If you want to change custody, the court won't approve it unless you have a good reason.
We're going to be tried again?
Of course, yes. We're going through the legal process. You can't change custody just based on your personal claim.
No way!
Plus, your remarried partner was arrested. You're currently unemployed. It's highly unlikely that the court would approve a custody change to a parent who doesn't make a right environment for a child. I think it's pretty unlikely that the court would approve it.
I can't get custody, you mean?
Can you just give up me and Evan? I'm not going to go along with your selfishness.
I'll do my best. I'll be a good mother.
Come on, you're too late.
Please, give me a chance.
You cheated on me for almost 2 years behind my back. You don't deserve a chance.
What? What are you talking about?
You didn't think I knew?
Wait, about what?
You've known your remarried partner for a rather long time, right?
I met him after we separated. The marriage was broken. It shouldn't have been a problem.
2 years before the divorce. You once went out at night saying you needed a break, didn't you? And the relationship started right away, didn't it?
How did you know that?
My lawyer suggested me. He said I should check with the inquiry agency. That's why I'm looking into it.
Shoot!
I was totally devastated when I heard I might not be able to get compensation from you, so the lawyer referred me to the agency.
That sucks!
I was hoping to find some evidence that would give me an advantage. I looked into it, but it was a lot easier than I thought.
How did you find out about my past?
The manager of the bar knew about your history. He testified for me. And all I have, the other evidence of the affair.
So what? We're divorced. It's too late for that.
I'm telling you, I can still demand compensation.
No way! Are you going to do that?
You don't seem to be sorry at all. You should punished.
It's not funny at all. Come on.
We should have had these talks before the divorce, but I found out your affair at these talks before the divorce, but I found out your affair after my illness got worse.
Is that why you agreed to the divorce right away without saying anything?
I couldn't stand it anymore. That's why you divorced her without asking for compensation.
What?
It was good. Because I got a message from you when my depression is getting better.
I shouldn't have sent a message like this.
That's exactly what I thought. If you just stay quiet, I wasn't going to ask you for compensation at all.
Oh my.
Then I'll talk to a lawyer and ask for compensation. You'd better be prepared, okay? Bye. It turned out that Georgia's visa was a tourist visa. Since it was for a period of 90 days or less, she was considered to be illegally staying abroad. She was deported. After returning to US, we immediately demanded compensation and ordered her to make one-time payment done to prevent her from escaping. I told her that I would collect the money through compulsory execution if she failed to pay. The word compulsory may have scared her. She was in panic and asked an acquaintance of her partner to introduce her to a loan company. She agreed to make the payment. What's worse, she discovered that her partner has been in debt. She demanded a divorce, but her partner told her that she could earn a lot of money if she did not get a divorce. And he introduced her a job. She longed for a luxurious life again, so she believed in his words and agreed to his proposal. However, the job he offered her was a sex job, and her salary is taken from her partner, so she has just a small income. What's worse, the loan company from which she borrowed money turned out to be a black market bank. She is now struggling with exorbitant interest payments. In contrast, I live happily with my son. I also enjoy creating games as a hobby. My depression is gradually improved. I never imagined my wife was such a terrible person, even in my dreams. I feel better now that she has been punished.